And welcome to the live stream. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello over there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. Hello, everybody. Hello. It's a good time to be here again today. Hello, everybody. My name is Mary Z Easy Recipes. My name is Mary Z Easy Recipes. Please join in to just have a chat today. Please join in. Please join in so we can have a good time together. Join in. Please join in from all the corners of the universe. Please do join in from all the corners of the universe. Welcome into the live stream. Welcome. My name is Mary Z Easy Recipes. I'm an individual who just likes to chat. I like to hear from others. I like to share ideas with others. I like to read around and find out what is happening. And sometimes I do like to just to watch, like the news, at some point, just to find out what is happening around the world. Remember, we have some continents. We have just to, to refreshen our knowledge on continents. We have Africa, we have Asia, we have Russia, we have Europe, we do have North America, and then South America. So those are, I forgot another one. We have the sort of like oceanic, they call them the oceanic. So we have New Zealand and Australia and the other islands. So I'm just saying, from all the corners of the universe, welcome everybody. Those who can manage to participate in the live stream, it will be with gratitude. So feel free to join the live stream. Feel free to join the live stream so that we can have a good time together. Feel free to join in. So welcome everybody. My name is Mary Z Easy Recipes. I'm an individual who is really interested in knowing about what is happening throughout the world, and I'm also interested in just learning. I can, when it comes to learning, I just want to learn about everything if possible. So that's me. That's me. So feel free to join in, and we can always share ideas of any subject. I always say that I have 4 hobbies. So my hobbies are, the first one is cooking. I like cooking. And the second one is I like gardening. I like music and watching films and listening to music. And I also like just like um, buying little things or selling little things. So it's all about shopping. I like that as well. So feel free to join in the live stream. Feel free to join in the live stream. Today is feel free to join in, please. It's a lovely day, and we are happy to be here. It's a lovely day. So feel free to join in. Today is Thursday, the 23rd of October, a beautiful day, a beautiful day. And yeah, we are really happy to be, on this live stream and having this live stream, you know. So feel free to join in. 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 So today is another beautiful day, and we are just going to talk about, we are just to have another chat about like hobbies, and which hobbies can teach us something. When we have hobbies, we usually say, oh, the hobbies are just for relaxing, they're just for pleasure. But there's a hidden agenda when we have hobbies. Hobbies usually, some of them can end up teaching us, valuable concepts and so on. We have a we have a guest in the house. Hello, Ruken Kaskin. Hello, Ruken Kaskin. He's coming with lots with what can I say? He's coming with thunder. That's what we are looking for. He's coming with a big with force, which is really pleasant. Thank you, Riken Keskin. I appreciate your entrance. I appreciate your your being here in the live stream. We also have Heather B 80835. Hello, Heather. And Heather is coming with loads of of beautiful flakes there, which is beautiful. Ruken says Turkish. Oh, is that Turkish? Oh, I didn't know. Thank you for highlighting that. It is beautiful. I didn't know. I forgot it all out. I think I need just to have another look at the flakes. I'm forgetting some of them. But of course, I know Heather's. I know the Heather's flakes. Those are the flag. That's the flag for United Kingdom. So we are happy today, as always. We are always happy on this channel. It's a channel where everyone is welcome, and we are always happy. We also have a new guest in the house. That's World Tours 8K. Thank you, World Tours 8K, for visiting. Also, we have distracted me imagery. Dimi is here. Dimi is saying, Mary Z, greetings. And World Tours is saying, I wish you are doing fine. Yeah, I'm doing fine. It has been a beautiful day today. I'm doing fine. Thank you, World Tours. And Distracted said she's giving us some, she's saying she's fine. She's saying she's fine. World Tours 8K is saying thumbs up. Yeah, that's beautiful. And Ruken is leaving. She is saying he's going now, which is beautiful. Thanks for coming into the live stream. So today is another beautiful day. We are really happy to be here, and I want to just thank uh, all the subscribers. I just want to thank everybody who managed or who has managed to subscribe to the channel. That is really an awesome thing, and I need to be grateful for that. So thank you all the subscribers. I cannot name them. There are so many. There are so many of them. So I really appreciate them for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, some of them, most of them, they just come and watch the videos, which is really amazing. We also have Creators Corner. Hello, Creators Corner. Lovely to see you here today. Lovely to see you here today. Creators Corner, how have you been doing today? How was your day? Creators Corner says, thank you. So we are having a beautiful time with beautiful people coming into the live stream. That's all what we are happy. We are so happy. When you have guests coming to your house, it is really something to be happy about, to be thankful for, and to be really, to really appreciate. So I'm really happy we have Creators Corner, we have Ruken Keskin, we have World Tours 8K, we have Distracted Me Imagery, and we have, yeah, and we have Heather B. So we are really happy to have the guests. So today we again, as you come in, just think of, we just want to share your hobbies, So this is part 2 from yesterday. Yesterday we did have like a sneak peek into the hobbies. So today we just want to ask the guests, just to tell us their hobbies, and then we just feel happy, and we just get excited about the hobbies, and that makes us that makes us a team, a family, and just knowing what each of us loves to do in their spare time, because sometimes we have spare time. When we are not going to work, when we are not going to college, when we are not going to school, and or when you are not taking the family, like to the colleges or to school. So when we are just say, oh, it's time to relax. This is our leisure time. We need to do something. So what do you do in your leisure? So I have said, as for me, my name is Mary Z Easy Recipes. I have 4 hobbies, which are cooking, gardening, uh, I do a bit of buying and selling, or like collecting some items sometimes, and I also like music and films. So those are basically my hobbies. But sometimes these are my favorite. But there are times when I can do other things as well. So there's quite a large selection of hobbies out there, which even all of us, I think, remember we are about 8.2 billion people on the planet. So these hobbies, we can share them among the 8.2 billion people, because the hobbies are so many. So imagine that. So let's hear what people are saying. Oh, no one has given us their hobby. They are still like waiting, I think. So it's a hobby day today again. We are just going to talk about the hobbies and see, and see and hear from other people what their hobbies are. And the main thing is that although we take these activities as hobbies, sometimes we learn a lot, when we are engaging in these hobbies. So some of the hobbies tend to be a learning curve, you know. For example, if I have a hobby of like gardening, when I'm doing the gardening, there are lots of things I will end up learning about gardening. I might, if for example, in gardening, I might end up learning about how to make organic manure. I might end up learning about which crops are good for a particular uh, climate or a particular growing season. And I might end up knowing about how can I control pests without using pesticides, like in a natural way. So when you are engaging in your hobbies, it also brings a learning curve, they call it a learning curve. So those are just examples of what we learn as we do the hobbies, as we engage in our hobbies. So um, even when we are doing like agriculture or gardening, you can also learn about crops which you never have maybe have never met before. So it gives you a learning curve. You can learn about for example, you can learn about the trampochino, you can about the snake god, you can learn about the various herbs, like rosemary, oregano, basil, celery, thyme. Maybe you have never seen them before, but because you are excited to do this, to engage in this hobby, then knowledge will come as well. So, which is really beautiful. That's why hobbies are important, and hobbies should be part of our lives. Yeah. It's like, for example, if you work in the shop, maybe you work in the shop from Monday to Friday. Then when it comes to Saturday and Sunday, you are not going to the shop to work. So you say, oh, what can I do? How can I spend my day when I'm just relaxing at home? Then these hobbies come in place, come into action, you know. So I think in every hobby people have, there is something to learn. So that is why I thought, oh, let me have another chat about hobbies. So let's hear what people are saying. Um, Creators Corners was saying, thank you, welcome, Creators Corner. And Creators Corner was saying, thank you. And he said is okay. World Tour said is good as well. Oh, we have a new guest in the house. That's Ozzy Shepherd. Ozzy Shepherd saying, okay. I don't know what was after welcoming him. I don't understand what he's saying. I don't know. Ozzy Shepherd is saying hi. Yeah, that's what we want to hear. You know, sometimes we just, I don't know, human nature with when we when we look at human nature, human beings just love positive things. I don't think anyone loves negative things. People just love negative things, like, oh, today the weather was raining, it was raining, but still I managed to go to the gym. Oh, yesterday the sun was so hot, but I had to go and buy myself a new phone. So amidst some things which we don't really favor, people always come up with positivity, which is beautiful. That's why I love human beings, because human beings, they choose what they want to do. They choose their feelings. If they feel, oh, they want to be happy, they'll choose to be happy. If they say, oh, I want to just not feel good, they'll choose not to feel good. And if they choose, oh, although it's like raining, I just want to be happy. And you see them walking about in the rain. That's why I love human beings. So Ozzy Shepherd saying hi. And we have a new guest in the house. It's China's Zoe Facho. Hello. Yeah, Amanda. I think it's Amanda. How are you doing? He's saying hello. Welcome to the live stream. We are having a good time again today. And I just said today is another part 2 of hobbies. And today we are especially going to look at the learning curve. What do we learn in whatever hobby we have? I know most people have hobbies, but let's just identify the learning aspect of your hobbies. I have given you examples of gardening, what I learn in gardening. So the other hobby I have is cooking. There are always other good things I learn in cooking. Oh, we have the Bad Files is saying, hello, peoples. Thank you, the Bad Files, for gracing the live stream. I really appreciate. And China Zoifiacho is saying, I'm good, thank you, which is beautiful. So, to all the guests in the house, to all the guests in the house, can you please give us your hobbies? We are just after hobbies today because yesterday we just had a sneak peek of the hobbies. But today it's just going deeper into the hobbies. Hello, hello, distracted me imagery is here. We are so happy to have you distracted in the live stream. Distracted is greeting the bad fires, which is beautiful. So we go again. What are your hobbies? And just give us just a little idea of whether you learn anything in your hobbies. And distracted is so happy, is giving us all the smiles, which is beautiful. So let me tell you about my second hobby. My second hobby is cooking. So when it comes to cooking, there's a lot of things I learn while I'm doing cooking. Sometimes I learn how to carry out certain recipes. Sometimes I learn about the flavors, different flavors of herbs or spices. So there's always something to learn in our hobbies. So distracted. Okay. China, so if we had said, I'm good, thank you. So I'm just explaining about cooking. You can learn a lot because cooking is a vast, area. And you can learn about recipes, you can learn about food types, you can learn about how to make desserts, you can learn about what else? How to make juices, smoothies. So although it's like a hobby, there is always something to learn in cooking. Then we can go on to the list. We can never exhaust cooking. I can't even explain everything, but there is loads of stuff to learn. How about learning about the benefits of the food? When it comes to cooking, you can learn about the nutrients in various food. And when it comes to food, the nutritionists have set up like information where they talk about the vitamins, the minerals, the energy, the carbohydrates, the proteins, the all sorts of composition or which we find in the food. So we can always learn about all those things, which is really awesome. And when it comes to my other hobby, which is like music and films, yeah, you can learn. You can also you can get something to learn about how these musicians perform. You can learn about their biography, which is really interesting. When you have a famous person and you just say, oh, that singer is really good, then through that interest you can go on to check their biography and you can check how their lifestyle. Yeah, so learning about lifestyles is also a good thing. Oh, we have the cable company in the house. Hello, cable company. Cable company is saying liked up the 7th like. Wow, cable, that is awesome. Thank you ever so much. So he said liked up 7th, Mary Z. Yeah. And distracted is saying hi, Key. And the cable company is saying hi, Dimi. which is beautiful. It's always nice to come together and nice to chat and nice to have everyone from the corners of the world and just to be together as like we are doing now. So for those who don't know me, um, my name is Mary Z Easy Recipes. Mary Z Easy Recipes. I'm just I know I'm an individual. I'm not. I can't say just. I'm an individual who is really who has four hobbies, namely cooking, gardening, music, and films. And I like to sort of like collect little things or buy some little things and then maybe sell if I can. I can sell like a bank or I can sell like a bracelet. If I have like two, I can end up selling the other. It's just a hobby. We also have a new guest in the house. That's Rashi Raval. Hello, Rushi. It's Rushi, yeah. Rushi Raval is saying tang saha. I don't know what it means. Yeah, otherwise, welcome to the live stream. Feel free to be among the guests and feel free to chat and to ask whatever you would like to ask. So we have another beautiful team today, and the objective today was for those willing to tell us about their hobbies, so that we can just celebrate together and just enjoy. So Rushi Raval is saying 6-7. I don't know what she means. Rishi Raval is saying 6-7. Okay. Um, I don't know what 6-7 mean. I don't know. Okay, maybe it's part of his name. I don't know. So, welcome everybody. Feel free. This is a happy house. This is a house where everyone is free to air their views. Everyone is free to ask a question or to participate in the in whatever is going on in the live stream. So as to like if you like films, like maybe you have watched a film which you really like and you have watched this film just as a hobby, as a pastime, but after the film finishes, sometimes what our brains do is really is like strange. That film starts like rolling back in your head, in your brain, and you just say, oh, that film, that man managed to jump over that stream and he had to run, and behind the tree there was maybe there was a what animal, maybe there was a wild pig, and the wild pig, I don't know why it couldn't see the man, but the man managed to escape. Then that one continues to ring a bell in your mind, and it's just like you just I think you just like start to focus or to contemplate on how people can survive from from some certain scenes, like when the man was able to escape and go back to his car and go back to his house, and such films. So we always learn some things from films. We always learn something. So Ruby Rashi Rava is saying 6-7. I don't know what that means. So we are always learning from our hobbies. We are always learning. Then when it comes to like if you are someone who is interested. Oh, I didn't get water. Where's my water? Let me get some water. Oh, I feel thirsty. Just a minute. Let me get some water. Because it's becoming a bit warm, so I always forget to get some water. So when it comes to, if you are someone who likes to maybe sell some things, some little things, or you like to buy little things and then sell them, on various platforms out there, then you can always learn, oh, how do I, where can I get such things to sell? Or if I go to an auction, then you learn how the auction is done, and you now are familiar with buying from an auction, because your pastime is like collecting or selling little items. Then there's always something to learn in any hobby, in any hobby out there. I can quickly give you, um, even when we talk about selling little things, people love selling little things. There are platforms, or where people do sell some things. You can also look at what other people are selling, and then you see their range of prices. So when you manage to get as a similar item, then you can always base your price on what others, or on the prices of other people. So these hobbies bring lots of learning, to us. They bring lots of learning. um I can now give you just some of the examples of hobbies. Examples of hobbies. And then I can also just give one or two ideas on what people learn, if they have those hobbies. For example, if someone likes knitting, and maybe the person just know how to knit a baby blanket. A baby blanket is like one of the simplest items to knit, because what you do, you just go, it's just like a rectangle. You just do the rectangle thing. You just knit, you go down, you knit. Oh, your stitches will be like on the knitting needle like this. So you'll just be knitting, going in. So you just follow the rectangle. There's no like casting the stitches, so that you maybe, there's no casting the stitches so that you maybe form a cave or what, like what you do when you knit a jumper like this one. You need to cast the stitches, and then you create an armhole. But with a baby blanket, it's just, you go just knit, then you are done. It's a bit simple. So when you are someone who is just knitting, there comes a time when you say, oh, I need to knit like baby jumpers, baby cardigans, or I need to knit my own cardigan. So that's when you have to maybe go on the internet and look for patterns, and you start, trying to knit a jumper or a cardigan. So there's always learning curves in hobbies. So what about crocheting? Is the same thing. Crocheting, maybe that's the simplest example I can give. Crocheting a baby thing, a baby blanket, it's just like a square. If you want to do a square one, you just crochet until you go to the final, to the end of the thing. So it's a straightforward, that's the word I should use. It is straightforward to crochet a baby blanket. But when you want to crochet a baby, a little dress, or a little cardigan, there comes a time you need again to reduce certain parts of the cardigan and so on. You want to form the sleeves, you want to form the armhole, and then you do the sleeves. So in that way, when it comes to that, you need to learn. So there's always things to learn. You are not doing it professionally. It's a hobby, but still, it will come a time when, oh, I just want to do this type of garment. I just want to do this type of garment, then you have to learn how to do it. And when it comes to some people, do love painting, painting. Um, Maybe even those famous painters, they started it as a hobby. You never know. And then their skill became, they improved, more and more on their skills, and then they became professionals. But when we are just in our houses doing a bit of painting, you can always learn which colors to mix. If you are doing water paint, watercoloring, maybe you need to know the colors which you can mix so that you come up with a certain color, you know. And if you are painting on canvas, you need to know how to do it. You learn lots of things painting as a hobby. And the other one is like photography. I've heard some people who just started as having photography as a hobby, and now they are now professionals. But if you are just doing photography as a hobby, you need to learn how to mount your cameras, and you need to know how to mount your cameras, and you need to know the lighting. Those two are important. The lighting, and like if you are taking a photo, you need to know which part of the photo should be central. So by doing that, your photo will come up as being a very good photo. So there's always learning in photography. If it's a hobby, there's always learning. Imagine you want to photograph a bird sitting on a tree. You will obviously need to see, oh, that bird is sitting there, which is the central position of the bird. So when you know the central position of the bird, that means as you mount you as you like gauge your camera, you should, the camera always tells you that this is the central position. So you don't have to aim higher or lower, so that you take a good picture of the bird. So although you're doing it as a hobby, you also are learning. So another example of a hobby is shopping. There are people who love shopping so much that whenever they are free, they go to their favorite shops and buy one or two things, which I also, I admire that, because it is really exciting to bring something new home, to bring something home, and Amma is asking what talking about. I'm talking about hobbies, Amma. Amma, Amma, what kind of language is that? Oh my goodness, Amma. Is that all you can do, Amma? Is that all you can do, Amma? Yesterday I was saying the other day, someone said like some language which is not appropriate. Then I was saying, what I said to that person is that we are so lucky on this world, in the sense that we have lots of lovely words out there. We have lots of beautiful words. And the good thing is, our conscience is so beautiful. I'm so happy because I do have a conscience. So our conscience is so beautiful. When you are just sitting there, there's something called conscience, which will just guide you, and which will just tell you that, oh, I don't think I can use this word, or I don't think I can say this to this person. So that's the beauty of human beings. They are beautiful souls. They are so intelligent. Human beings are so intelligent. It's not like this intelligence is for one person. Every one of us is so intelligent, and every one of us, we have this conscience, which always tells us, oh, even when you are like, when you are in the public, like in the public domain, you just know what to say, and you just know the words to say to other people. So that's the beauty of human beings. And I was telling this other guy who had said some words which were not really appropriate. I was saying the other good thing is that in our vocabulary, whether it's which language, we have French, we have English, we have what else? We have like Turkish, Polish, we have Swahili, we have every country has a language. So because we have all those, we have our languages, and in every language there are millions of words which we can use. So I don't think we can say words which are like, which exactly someone knows that these words are not really fit for the public, then we say those words. I don't think we should do that. We should try. That's why with the teachers, when we are at school, the teachers always say, with language you need to sieve. There is a sieve in language. So you don't just say any word, like haphazardly. You need to sieve. And this sieving comes from your conscience. Considering we have conscience, then we have the ability to sieve the words. So that will make us, not utter words anyhow, not utter any words anyhow. Yeah, that's my take. I'm just referring to the previous person who uttered a word which they exactly know it's not really a good word to say on the public or in the public domain. So let's just take note of that and just see whatever. If we think we need to say this word, just try and say, oh, my conscience, please help me. Can I say this word? And then we have a beautiful life. We have Symbol. Oh, hello, Symbol Davy. Symbol Davy is saying, please help. I just got hired by a company as an IT technician. Oh, IT technician. But they put me to work on a manual potato. They put me to work on a manual potato sorting conveyor. I've been sorting spuds for 3 weeks now. Please advise what to do. Oh. Oh. Yeah, the best thing you can do, if it was me, the best thing to do is, when it's a company, companies know, like, they have their policies, they have their rules and regulations. So when you join that company, usually they give you their like rules and regulations and their policies, and they also, most companies, I can say all companies, have complaints procedures. They have they have a section which they explain about their complaints procedures. So I just assume maybe that company should have a complaints procedure. So if you are not happy about the work they are giving you, just refer to the complaints procedure. And usually in a company, they are like team leaders. They are team leaders. They are like senior team leaders, deputy team leaders. So you can start from the deputy team leader. then air whatever grievance you have, and after that, the team leader, if you air it to that team leader, they know exactly what to do. So I don't think it's really something which is a very big task, because established companies have policies and procedures. They have these complaints procedures in place. So I advise you, Symbol Dave, to go to check the protocol for complaints, for airing your complaints. I hope I have answered you satisfactorily. So that's what you can do. Because the people on the media here, yeah, we can try to give you ideas, but the answer is with the complaints procedure team in that company. Yeah, that's where the answer is. So it's otherwise it's a very good question. We love questions, and we can we can try to give what we think is the right answer. We can always try to help with the right answer. That's why I love these live streams, because different people come with different questions, and yeah, which is really a good thing. We are always here to help one another. It's not like one man is an island. We are always together, and that's why I was saying, even with language, we should always save the language, and just life goes on smoothly. There's no need of saying some language which one exactly knows that, oh, this word, I think it's not to be uttered in the public domain, you know. So, so let's go on with our and the other thing I like about this platform. Let me wipe my glasses. The other thing I like about this platform is that people are so nice. Everyone is so friendly. Nearly everyone is so friendly. People are very nice, and people do like support one another, and you find, like, when I finish the live stream today, sometimes I find I have like 5 new subscribers. And that amazing. So I really love this platform, and I really like the live streams, because you get to know new people, and you also get, if the people come to support you, you always try to return, to return the support. That's the best thing ever I like with the platform, and whether it's live stream or video or even the shorts, people do support greatly. That's why initially I was just thanking all the subscribers, and because sometimes we forget to thank them, we should try, when we remember, to thank the subscribers. So we are just talking about learning curves. I talked about learning curve in knitting, in crocheting, in painting, in gardening, in shopping, and even some people love dancing. They love dancing. Yeah, dancing is really good as a hobby, and you can also learn some dancing moves. Dancing moves, when maybe if your sister likes dancing and she's always dancing, then you can also learn how to dance. And because people say dancing is really good for your general, like, happiness, sort of. Mm. And baking is all like, it's under cooking. You can learn lots of things in baking, and these are just a few examples I'm giving of hobbies. These are just a few examples I'm giving. And some people love astrology. they call it astrophotography. When when there's like an eclipse of the moon, if you have that hobby of astrophotography, people buy some telescopes and they start like just having a glimpse of the moon or the stars and so on. It's also another interesting hobby. Then you know about, you know, the stars, the planets, and so on. And some people love writing, you know, they just love writing. People are, they do write poems, they write songs, they write storybooks, you know, and this is a hobby. You learn the art of writing while doing that. And some people love playing the board games like chess. You know, people love playing board games like chess. So if you have a hobby, then as you keep on playing, you tend to improve, you know, in your strategies as you play the chess game. And some people love hiking, you know. And when you have a hobby as hiking, you can always learn when to, or when to, you know, when to rest, and what physical features you can usually come across as you do the hiking, you know. And some people love acting, you know. Some can, if you have a hobby of acting, you can join clubs where people do acting, and you learn a lot from the other people. And there's a lot, you know, a lot of hobbies which brings learning to us, which are like a learning cave to us. Think about football, think about basketball, think about jewelry design. Yeah, I've seen people designing jewelry. They just buy some maybe beads and so on, and they can make bracelets, they can make necklaces. So uh, knowing how to make a bracelet can lead you to knowing how to make the necklace, and then it becomes a learning curve. And some people do bird watching. Yeah, bird watching is really interesting. I wish I had time to do that. I would adopt that as another hobby. But with bird watching, you need time. You know, you need patience and time to maybe to sit there, and then you don't have to make noise. You just watch them as they come, as they fly, as they land. And it also is a learning curve, because you start to know the species of the birds. You start to know the names of the birds. You start to know what they really like to pick on, and so on. So bird watching is interesting, and it is also can be a learning curve. We also have gymnastics. Yeah, people love gymnastics, and yeah, you learn a lot again if you are doing gymnastics. You learn about, you know, the joints of the body, and which joints are more flexible than the other, and you know how to execute the the gymnastics, you know. So all these are learning curves. They are all learning, you know, they give us learning curves, you know. They give us some there's some learning in them. So hobbies for enjoyment, hobbies for leisure, and as we do the hobbies, there's loads to learn as we do the hobbies, which is really awesome, which is really awesome. So today we are just looking at hobbies and what we learn, hobbies and what we learn from them. We are looking at hobbies and what we learn from them. So I I have an example of a hobby which is for some people it has become like a very big like enterprise. Sometimes these hobbies can lead to other people, making them like a huge enterprise. We we have heard about people going to like auction floors, and when they go there, they have this hobby of collecting items, and some of them will be like very lucky when you go to an auction. Sometimes you can be lucky. You can bid on something which is like valuable. So hobbies can give like can be like rewarding. Hobbies are rewarding, so they can be rewarding in like gaining knowledge. Hobbies can be rewarding in like getting some financial benefits. For example, what I'm saying about going to an auction, you just have the hobby of collecting. You can collect anything, which comes to your side. Some people do collect bottles. Some people, I mean like vintage items. Some people collect pictures. Some collect stamps. Some collect anything, as long as like it's old, it's like vintage. So there are people who just love collecting vintage items. They collect vases, name it, any object of any type, as long as it's vintage, can be a collectible. They call them collectibles. So some people collect vases. I've seen people making lots of money from old coins. They collect stamps. They collect lampshades. They collect art. They collect postcards. What else? Loads of items. We cannot even name them. So if we imagine the type of items which people like of long ago, like around the 1700s, 1800s, and maybe the early 1900s. So if we imagine the amount of items or household goods those people were using, then when it comes to this day and age, people would be interested in collecting them, and they become known as collectibles. So there are many collectibles out there. If we start listing them, we will never finish them. And if you go like on the public domain, there are some certain, can we call them companies? There are some certain sites, maybe sites, we can call them sites, I think, where you see these collectibles. Many sites which deal with these collectibles. And on the internet, they also advertise when they do some public auctions, and people will be buying very expensive collectibles. So I think, in my opinion, I would take this hobby, the one where you do some collecting items, is very fascinating. I think it's the most fascinating. Yeah, I think it's really fascinating. They are all important, but this one of collecting little items, little vintage items, some do like collect watches, rings, just to name a few. In my opinion, I find it very interesting. I find it very fascinating. Yeah, the collecting hobby, the collectors hobby. Yeah, they are called collectors. Oh, we have lots of people chatting in there. Let's see what they are saying. I didn't even realize So, Travel Nafreng. Hello, Travel Nafreng. This is another friend of ours. Hello, Travel Nafreng is saying hello, everyone. And Travel Nafreng is sorry for reading the chat a bit late. I was talking, I was like preaching. Travel Nafreng is giving us lots of greetings. That's beautiful. We also have a cyborg underscore 22. Hello, cyborg underscore 22. He's saying, I'm back. Yeah, that's beautiful. And we all, cyborg is saying, oh, I'm Caris Jones. Oh, are you Caris Jones? Oh, that's your other name? Oh, that's nice. So nice to have you back again, cyborg. 22. Nice to have you back in the live chat. So, to those who are new, is there anyone who is to those new, is there anyone who would like to tell us their hobby? What's your hobby? Cyborg. Caris Jones. Cyborg says, I'm on a different account. Oh, I see. That's really amazing. I thought it's a new person. So, Cyborg, do you have a hobby? Do you have a hobby? Oh, we have 8 likes in the chat. That is beautiful. That is awesome. What's your hobby, Cyborg 22? What is your hobby? She says she has a hobby. He says he has a hobby. So as for me, my hobbies are cooking, gardening, cooking, gardening, films, music, and selling, buying and selling. Those are my hobbies. When I say, I say buy and sell. It means just maybe if I buy something and then I don't no longer want to use it, I then can sell it. Cyborg said my hobby is football. Oh, that's amazing. That's really nice. Yeah, that's really nice. So we are saying we have different hobbies, and when we engage in these hobbies, we are always learning something. We are always learning something in the hobbies as we engage in the hobbies. Who is that one? Who is that one? So we are really happy to have you here, Travel and Frank, Cyborg 22. We are happy to have you in the live chat. Yeah, we are happy. Welcome to the live chat, live stream. Welcome. So, what are we talking about? Today we are talking about hobbies. I was saying when people have hobbies, as they do the hobbies or as they carry out the hobbies, they are always learning other things whilst doing or whilst engaging in the hobbies. I gave an example of for example, cooking. My hobby is cooking. But as I do the cooking, now and again, I start learning new things, in cooking, Probably I might learn about spices, I might learn about herbs, I might learn about other. Oh, Cyborg, you're in Spain. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were maybe. Oh, you're in Spain. That's lovely. So how is Spain? How is Spain today? Weather-wise, how is Spain? Here it has been raining like the whole day. There were showers like the whole day. Cyborg says it is night. Oh, I think your time is like 21 something, 9 o'clock, 21:40, maybe. Here it is night as well. Here the time is 20:40. It's 20:40. 20 minutes to 9. Cyborg said she's in Spain. Yeah, I knew it. Because Spain and here, it's a difference of 1 hour. So here is 20:40 and in Spain it's 21:40. Oh, my nephew recently visited Spain. He's always going there. He likes going to Spain. Most people love going to Spain. But I've never been to Spain. Maybe one day I might visit Spain. Yeah. It seems to be an interesting country with lots of like tourist resorts. Yeah. Because everyone just say, oh, I'm going to Spain. Oh, I'm going to Spain. Yeah. And the weather, I think it's beautiful most of the time. Do you have like cold winters in Spain? Cyborg. Do you have cold winters in Spain? Because here we have some cold winters. How about in Spain? Is that very cold or the temperatures are up to average? Oh, you're saying not sure. Oh, that's fine. I'll try to check out I'll check out the temperatures of Spain and just to have an idea. And because people are always going there, yeah, people are always visiting Spain, which is beautiful, you know. If a place is worth visiting, oh yes, why not visit? The Cyborg said it rains in winter. Oh, just like here, it is raining. Yeah, it's raining. Oh yeah, and here it's raining as well. Okay. Yeah, so because it's like they call it the temperate climate. It's not like tropical. Yeah. So temperate climate, we expect winter to be cold and we expect the showers, you know, the drizzles, you know, non-stop drizzles. And they were even saying, when I listened to the news in the morning, the weather report, they were saying there's a storm coming, you know, here. Yeah. There's a storm coming here. So, they said the storm is called Storm Benjamin. Yeah, Storm Benjamin. That's what I heard in the weather report, that because of these showers which are keeping on going on, it's because the weather is a bit unstable, and because of this, like there were lots of gusts of winds in the morning because of this storm, which is called Storm Benjamin. And the weather reporter was saying that this unstable weather starts from like France and it heads down to the UK, something like that. That's what the man was saying. So it's called Storm Benjamin. But otherwise, when I was out today, the weather, although there was a bit of drizzle, but it was just manageable. It was not like drastic weather. It was manageable. So we are so happy today. We have 8 likes in the house, which is excellent. And oh, there are 9. Oh, that's beautiful. But I was saying the other day we went up to 22 likes. I think that was the world record. But we are not complaining. 9 likes is like it's like heaven and earth. It's like gold. It's like awesome. It is awesome. It is really beautiful. So today we are going to again, we are just, I'm going to like focus on collectibles. What items do people collect? Because there are some people who have a hobby of collecting items. Some people do collect items. They can collect, like, as long as it's vintage, and as long as it is like in those old days, if the item was valuable, then to the collectors, they call them um, collectibles, and they call them vintage items. And they do love those items, because some will just collect them to keep in their homes. Some will collect them and maybe to sell them in future, you know. And some of them will take them to be sold at auctions, at auction houses. So collecting items is another interesting hobby. I I can just say again the items which people really love to collect, you know, but they're hard to find. It's not that you can easily find them. You can't easily find them. You have to struggle to find the items, or to find somewhere to buy the items. Some people collect stamps of long ago. Some collect jewelry of long ago. Some collect stamps, jewelry, furniture of long ago. And it's really interesting when you see the items. Some of them, you just marvel them. Some vintage items are really beautiful. Some collect any household item, even cutlery can be a collectible. Furniture, jewelry, kitchen items, household items. What else have I seen? I've seen even yeah, even paintings. Paintings. If you happen to go to an auction house and you are lucky to just bid on a picture, then after some time, if you ask someone maybe to value that picture, then you might get the surprise of your life. You can be shocked when they say, "Oh, this picture was drawn by so and so, and this picture is worth like maybe a lot of money." Then you then be so happy, because your hobby of collecting things is turned up to give you some treasure. So hobbies can be a learning curve. Hobbies bring joy, and they bring pleasure, and they can bring you some financial benefits. That is if you are lucky. That is if you are lucky. So this is just things which people like to do, and it's rewarding in that people feel happy, they feel joy, and they feel rewarded, happiness, monetary reward, and so on. So I always wish, oh, I wish I could get something, something valuable, but it will never come to me, you know. But we have read stories where people, if you read around, you hear people who have collected some items, and they have gained they have gained financially. they've gained financially. So today I want to show you, it is just, it's not like a valuable, it is just a commemoration item. It's not like a valuable or distracted imagery is giving us some praises and very happy. Thank you, distracted. So I have this item here. I don't know if you can see it. I can always, it's in a container like this item here. If you can see it, I showed it yesterday, but we didn't finish everything about it. So these are like, look at them. These are commemorative coins. These ones. They're in a beautiful case. Oh, the case is really beautiful. You can close it as well, like this. You can close it, and your collectibles can, can be kept safely in this beautiful like case. It's really nice, and so this is how they do it. Those who do these are commemorative coins. These are commemorative coins. The commemorative coins are collectibles. You can just collect them and then keep them, and it is just to remind you of the history or of people who are like minted on the coins. So they are really something, worth keeping and worth collecting. So these commemorative coins, they were done in 1973. These commemorative coins, let me show you again. They are really beautiful. I can, oh, so that's the case. So this is the case. Very nice. I like the way they do it, And these are the coins. They're really beautiful. Look at them. They're really beautiful. So both this side of the coins is, the print on this side is different from the print on the other side. Wow, look at that. The prints are different. The prints are different. So you might wonder, which country are these coins for? These coins are for a country called Barbados. Barbados. Barbados, I think it's one of the Caribbean islands or countries. So these are coins for Barbados. These ones. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of them. They are Barbados coins. So I just want to explain to you about these Barbados coins. The Barbados coins they call it strikings. They were struck in 1973 on December 1. This was just a way of commemorating, like remembering, they were remembering events in their country. The country is called Barbados. So there are 8 coins altogether. So if you look at the back here, like here, each coin is written Barbados, Barbados, Barbados. Every coin of the 8 coins, it's written Barbados. Oh, look at that, Barbados, Barbados. Barbados. So why were these coins like struck? They struck these coins as a way of commemorating their history. So they wanted the citizens to always remember their history. It is just a way of remembering their history. So these coins hold very valuable information about Barbados. They hold very valuable information about Barbados. So the way they make these coins, they use the word mint. So the coins were minted. It means they were made by the people who are experts in doing the coins. So these people are called Franklin. So these are Franklin mints. Franklin mints. Showing the history of Barbados. History of Barbados. But I don't know if you know that Barbados became independent in 1966. Then, after a few years, then they came up with their first coinage. So this is their first coinage, and it was done in 1973. After their independence, then they worked on the coins. Then in 1973, in December, on the 1st of December, that's when these coins were minted. Oh, look at that one. It's really beautiful. It's only the phone doesn't really, the camera doesn't really do justice, But otherwise, if you see them in reality, they are beautiful coins. So they are all written Barbados, Barbados, Barbados. So we have 8 coins here, 8 coins. So the largest one is this one. The largest one is the $10. This is the largest, which is the $10, followed by the $5. This one is the $5. So $10, this one, $5, this one, and then we have the $2. $2 is this one. That's the $2. This one. So these are the coinage of Barbados. Barbados. After the $2, we have the $1. $1 is this one. This is the $1. I don't know how I can show them. Oh, if I do this, you can see them. If I do this, they become a bit clearer. If I bend the thing. Oh dear. Yeah, that's the Barbados coinage of 1973. Barbados coinage of 1973. Wow, I love their coins. They are really beautiful and authentic and just pretty. Wow, that's pretty. Look at that one. This one is the $5. Wow, beautiful. And this one is the $10. $10. So, what's the importance of these coins? These 8 coins are of significant importance in that 5 of them are like showing the aspects of the sea. 5 of them depict the sea. They are just saying something about the sea. Remember, Barbados is an island. So the 5 of them are just talking about the importance of the sea to the country of Barbados. And 3 of them are revealing the important landmarks in Barbados. So this is really beautiful. It's part of history. It's their history. You know, we all love history, and we have learned about history at school, and we are always learning about history. So the people of Barbados, they can learn their history just by looking at these beautiful coins. The 8 coins of Barbados, which were minted in 1973 on the 1st of December. It was like way after their independence, because their independence was in 1966 in November. So look at the coins of Barbados. Now I just want to tell you what each coin represents. You know, we'll start with the biggest. Let's start with the smallest one. The smallest one is the cent, 1 cent. Yeah, it's this one. This one. I don't know if you can see the picture. That picture there on the 1 cent, it is representing the image of King Neptune. So King Neptune, this one. You know, Neptune is a planet. You know that Neptune is a planet. But it is representing King Neptune. And Neptune is to do with the seas as well. So King Neptune, they put that design of King Neptune, just a way of saying, oh, we have come from the past. Now we are in the present. You know, that's what this 1 cent represents. They were just saying, oh, we have come from the past. Now we are living in the present. You know, which is really amazing. So this 1 cent here, the little one. Then we go to the 5 cents. 5 cent is this one. This is the 5 cent. So the 5 cent is saying it is the paint of a lighthouse. You know, a lighthouse. Long back, people used to depend on the lighthouse to see, you know, where when they arrive from sea, they would see the lighthouse would direct them that, oh, we have come on board or on shore, you know. So the lighthouse, this 5 cents, it was just it resembles the lighthouse. So it is the south point of their lighthouse. The picture there. Where is this one? If you can see it. Unfortunately, these coins are not really clear because of the plastic, maybe. So that's the 5 cents. So all these events are really history to the country of Barbados. Barbados. Then we go to the 10 cents. So we've done the 1 cent and the 5 cents. Now the 10 cents. Oh, this is the 5 cents. So the lighthouse is this one. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, 5 cents, 1 cent. Which one 5 cents? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me go through again. The 5 cent is this one. You can see the lighthouse. This one. If you look closely, you'll see the lighthouse. It's only the light is too much reflecting. So this is the 5 cent showing the lighthouse. Oh yeah, if I do this, see the lighthouse, this one. That's the lighthouse. Wow, that's beautiful, really. Lighthouse. So this is history of Barbados. Barbados. Then we go to the 10 cent. Oh, the 10 cent is showing picture of birds. Wow, look at the birds. This one. We are on the birds. This one. See the bird, that bird. The significance of the bird is that the bird represents the seabirds, you know. So they really treasure the seabirds. You see that one, the seagulls and so on. So the seabirds are on this coin. Wow, look at that, seabirds. Yeah. So we've done the lighthouse. Which is 5 cents. We've done King Neptune. This is King Neptune on the 1 cent. And now we are on the birds. These are the birds. The seabirds. Oh, that's the seabirds. This one. Then that is the 10 cents. Then the 25 cents. It stands for the Louis